Like walk us through the whole process, step by step.
Yeah, I don't remember, but
It's been like 4 days. Hey guys, welcome back to an interesting discussion sometimes. I'm Haran. I'm back with the boys, Harsha, Christian, and Tarun. And this week we have a special guest. Her name is Charlie. I'll let her introduce herself to the podcast.
Hi everyone, I'm Charlie. I went to school with these people, and I'm currently a product manager at Microsoft living in Seattle. Yeah.
So in this podcast, like Charlie mentioned, we'll touch a little bit on Microsoft, but just a little, because who wants to talk about work on a podcast, right? That's boring shit. Not trying to diminish what you've done, but we'll talk about it later. And then we'll talk about Charlie's actually she didn't really mention it, but she's a huge fitness fanatic, and we'll talk about her adventures in that. She has an Instagram. What's your Instagram at, Charlie?
I haven't touched the Instagram in a really long time, but it's Charlie Lert Fit. And I also have a photography Instagram, which I also haven't touched in a long time, Charlie Lert Photo. But maybe now that I've mentioned it, I will have to post again.
Yeah, Tarun also has an Instagram photo account that he hasn't touched.
Don't talk about it.
No, I'm sorry.
Really very fond of it.
It happens. It happens. Tarun has quality content though.
Oh, thanks, man.
Hey, you do too. Why did you stop posting? Or did you stop doing photo shoots?
Don't interrogate. She just said you want to talk about it.
Yeah, I feel like it's just
No, I mean, I think like since I moved to Seattle, I just haven't really had time to pick up photography. Like, I think I just gotten into other things, and it's kind of miserable in the winter here. Like, there's not really a lot of things to take pictures of. Like, you start work and it's dark, and then you end work and it's dark. Like, and then like, it's just hard to build up a client base in a new city. And I like just don't want to put the time into it.
Yeah,
fair enough.
That's the real answer. I don't want to put the time into it.
That's good. That's a good answer. That's a fair answer.
I feel like that's most people's answers.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to summer adventures, though. Like, I'll definitely be taking my camera out on hikes and things like that. So there will be content on Charlie Lert Photo in the summer. So stay tuned.
But yeah, so back to your fitness grind. How's that been moving in Seattle? Like, how have you been keeping up with it?
So I started running like at the beginning of senior year in college. And then like the first year when I was living in Minneapolis, it was still COVID. It was like hard to find a group. And like, I was trying really hard to find like a running group or something like that to make friends through fitness and stuff like that. But they just like were still closed. But then when I moved to Seattle, I found the Green Lake Run Club, I think is what it's called. I don't know. Green Lake Run Group. I don't know. But it's actually been like the highlight of living in Seattle for me for the past 6 months. Like, I started going my very first week here, and pretty much all my friends are in Run Club now. And at first when I moved to Seattle, I was like, oh, I'm really looking forward to going in the office and like meeting people at work and stuff like that. And like working from home, you barely leave your house. You don't really see a lot of people. But now that I have such a solid like group that I see almost every day, I like don't feel the need to go in the office anymore. And of course they're making us go back. But I've just been running. And I've gotten a little into cycling too. I got into it last year when I was still in Minneapolis. And I made a friend here who was doing like half Ironmans, and she convinced me to sign up for one.
Oh, that's
and
a pretty big step.
Yeah, honestly, I'm regretting it a little bit because like, I've been going to Run Club, right? And all my friends are runners and they don't cycle. Yeah. And like, Haran, you know how bad at directions I am. Like, the the main reason I wanted to join a run club in the first place was because when I lived in Seattle for like 2 months before I went to Minneapolis, I would just run one trail over and over again every single day because I like have no idea where to go and I am afraid to get lost and I don't want to pull up my phone. And so joining a run club is nice because you just like go with the flock. Yeah. And I still, to this day, we run like the same 5 routes every Wednesday. And we did one of them today. And I could not tell you where to turn. I still like have no idea where I'm going. And so like I'm either going to have to make cycling friends and have them direct me where to go, or I'm going to have to figure out how to navigate myself. And navigating myself is probably not an option.
Does that mean that you invested like in a super nice bike and all that stuff, or are you like stationary biking?
So I haven't biked outside in a while. When I first moved here, it was still sort of warm enough and it wasn't super rainy. But so I had this accident actually in October. It was like, it wasn't raining, but it had rained like that morning. And my friend and I were supposed to do a ride, like a longish ride. Because I've been trying to build up my endurance.
Right.
Like, I'm the worst at biking out of the 3 sports in a triathlon. And of course, it's like the longest one. Yeah. And so I'm going to need to like really build up my base before I even start my training cycle before the actual half Ironman. And so I like was trying to build up distance just to get used to like biking for a really long time. Cause like sometimes 2 hours in, my legs just like give out and
I think that's pretty.
I would say 2 hours is a good starting point.
Yeah.
Dude, 2 hours for these actual bikers is nothing.
That's crazy.
Like these my training rides are going to have to be like 4 hours when I actually start training for it.
That's just so much time.
Yeah. This is why I'm starting to regret it. Anyway, so it was supposed to be just like a 2 hour thing. And like 30 minutes in, one thing I'm not used to is the hills here. I knew that coming here, like it would be hilly, and running on hills is really hard and I'm not very good at it, but biking up a hill is a completely different animal.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it's so steep that I just literally have to get off the bike and walk my bike because I cannot pedal up. So I'm going to need to get better at that too, because the course is hilly. Anyway, so 30 minutes in, not even, we go down this huge hill and like my friend was just bombing it down. And so I was like, okay, I'll bomb it down. And then I think I slipped on a piece of leaf or something and then just tumbled down.
Oh my God.
Like I was clipped in too. Do you know what clips are?
Like on the
like on the pedals.
Like those cycling shoes. Yeah. So I was clipped in and I like broke out of the clips and my bike was like up the hill. I like rolled down, ripped my shirt open. Luckily I was wearing long pants, so my legs like didn't get too scratched up. But it kind of rocked me.
Yeah.
So
fair enough.
whenever there's like any type of wetness outside, I don't bike anymore, which is all the time here. And so I haven't really done a lot of biking outside since October, but in the summer when it stops raining all the time, I'm looking forward to getting back out there.
Did you hit your head or anything? Like, were there any like bad injuries or
no? Okay. Yeah, it wasn't bad. So I just cut my elbows open, had to get some stitches, and it was my first time getting stitches. Like I've never really gotten hurt before. And it was a little scary, but like, I don't know. I'm just being a baby. I feel like people get stitches all the time.
I feel like stitches is pretty significant. I don't know. Yeah. Like they are putting a needle in you. Like
I guess so. I don't know. The like person, the doctor that did my stitches, just looked at it and she was like, "Oh, I don't know." I was like, "Oh, this is gonna hurt." I'm like scared, and she was just like, "Shut up." She's like, I've seen 20 times worse.
You think like doctors, like when they like see something, like, they want to be amazed, like they're
like you're talking to a child, like, oh wow, good job bringing your leg.
Like doctors, like when they see a case, like don't you think like they get bored of like seeing the same like old like like easy
Oh,
stuff.
for
They just want to be
sure.
like
I
wowed
mean-
out by something they can't solve. You know, like something that's hard to
I
do.
don't think so. I think their job is to make people better, and they just fucking.
She was definitely bored by my cut.
Yeah.
She was like, I've seen so much worse.
Like behind the scenes, like when they see the patient file, they're like, "Oh my god, stitches!" Like, I wonder how deep it is. And they see Charlie's like, "Oh, it's just that." Aw,
It was like, yeah, it was like a
fuck.
little, it was like 3 stitches. It was like just a little cut here.
I would have been freaking out. To
So
be fair.
no, luckily I didn't get badly hurt. I was wearing a helmet too, which is good.
Nice.
And the thing I was most pissed about was my bike's like handlebar got bent. That's really it. And I've been trying to do like stationary biking regularly, just so I am not shocked when I like start biking again.
Yeah.
It's a really good idea to wear a helmet. Haran, you
Yeah,
didn't
Haran.
wear a helmet. You stupid fucker.
Yeah, I don't wear helmets. I probably.
Haran, you have a bike?
I do. But I'm not like
Do you
it's not
bike on
intense biking.
campus?
I'm just biking like.
Yeah, but
probably,
you're biking in traffic, bro. You got
I am
hit
biking
by
traffic.
another
There's,
biker.
like, a lot of bikers here. I did get hit by another.
You got
biker.
hit?
Yeah, and now your story
Oh
seems
my
Yeah, that's
fucking
alright.
nothing compared to
My
hers. So
yeah, but I don't have stitches. That was my injury. I'm showing the camera right now. It's pretty minor, but it's like a scab.
Wait, so what happened? Were you biking to class or something?
I was biking back to my apartment at like night, and like I guess I didn't have my light with me at that point. I usually have my light, but I forgot that day. And well, the guy I crashed into also didn't have a light, but it didn't matter. Basically, I was biking, and then a biker on my right side like came up, and I think like I don't exactly understand why, but he essentially just got super close, and then like I kind of like moved a little to the right, and then we like crashed into each other, and I like fell off my bike. He fell off his bike, but then like I don't think his bike was that bad because he like biked away after. We both said like, "Are we good?" And we're like, "Oh yeah, we're fine." I'm like, "We both said we're fine." And then like I started biking back, and then I was like, "Oh, like why aren't the gears working? What's going on?" And then like the bike just like stalled, and I couldn't turn anymore. And I looked down, like the gear like was like upside down, like it like flipped from like the impact of the ground.
my God.
So I had to like walk my bike back, and then like had to go get it repaired, and it was like $70, which wasn't that bad. Apparently, it should have been worse. That's what my dad said, at least. So.
It wasn't that bad because he found $100 bill on the ground like the week later.
What?
Yeah.
yeah, this
Fucking
dude,
crazy, right?
Where is it? Oh, yeah.
you should go buy. You know what? I know you asked for what you should do with that, and I figured it out. You should go buy a fucking helmet.
Facts.
No one wears helmets
Yeah,
here.
dude.
If you wear a helmet, people think you're weird.
Okay, around where I live, if you wear a mask, people think you're weird. You think I don't wear a fucking mask still?
No, it's different. Yeah.
Actually, though, if you get injured and get a concussion or something,
Man
or
said
even
I would
worse,
rather
like-
have my body get damaged than my bike. Bro, that's how you wind
Yeah,
up with
because
brain
your body
damage.
your body can heal. Your bike you
No,
gotta spend
not
money.
always. Not always, man.
I'm not gonna get that.
Yeah.
Knock on wood. I'm not gonna get that badly injured on a bike. I'm not going like mountain biking or like I guess. Oh, Charlie also had a freak accident too.
Yeah.
There's no like insane hills like on campus. Like I'm not.
I know,
It's
but you
casual.
still bike around traffic. That's my
It
point.
wasn't a freak accident.
I think my
It was
bigger
a
problem is
minor
that like I
accident.
hate biking slow, so I always bike pretty fast.
It's like how you
Oh.
walk. Ah, it's fucking this guy.
Yeah, I don't like moving slow in life. You know. Yeah.
Bro, all I'm saying is if you crash again, right, and you're not wearing a helmet and God forbid it hurts you, right? You're
You'll
gonna need to
laugh.
find like
Oh.
$4,000 on like the payment to pay your medical insurance deductible instead. You bitch.
Exactly.
Harsha got it.
Exactly.
Bro. Harsha covers it.
What the hell? I've already
I'm
paid the
gonna
hospital
send you
so
a
much.
helmet.
I have a helmet, but I don't bike.
See, even Harsha has a helmet. You
Harsha
see how
just
funny-
wants to be safe.
Yeah.
Do you have elbow pads, Charlie?
No, who the fuck wants to wear an elbow
If
pad?
you wouldn't have got stitches, if you wore an elbow pad, Charlie.
I would rather get stitches. Dude, stitches was $300.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
Maybe because it was like I walked in or something, but it was like 3 pieces. I don't know
String?
what. I don't know what they use.
Yeah.
But I could have done that. I have a sewing kit. Jesus, $300.
Damn.
It reminds me of when I was in like, I don't know, second grade or first grade or something. I don't know if you guys ever did this in art class where you made rubber stamps or something like that. You had to like carve out the thing to make them.
Yeah,
And
I've
then
done some.
you would put either watercolor or some sort of ink on it to make it like be a stamp, right?
Mhm.
basically you had this metal carving tool that you would carve out.
I don't like where this is going.
Yeah, so basically, like, my art teacher was like, don't, like, cut towards yourself. And I did, and then I cut my hand, like, into the side of my hand. Like, I've never shown anybody, but there's a scar on the side of my hand. And so I had to go to the ER. And I went to the school nurse first, and she was like, "Yeah, you should."
Yeah, we can
it
put
was
eyes on
pretty
that.
deep. It was pretty deep. yeah. As school nurses do. But yeah, she was like, "Yeah, you got to go ER." And then they didn't give me stitches. They just like wrapped something around it or whatever. And then I came back to art class, and then my art teacher was like, "Oh, what like."
Wait,
happened?
what? All in the span of you went to the ER? Oh, okay.
This is like the next art class or something
okay.
like that.
Okay.
And yeah, sorry, I should have
It's a
clarified.
long ass art class.
Yeah, my art class is actually 8 hours long. But she was like, "Oh, did you get stitches?" And I was like, "No, they didn't give me stitches." And she said, "What the fuck? I could have given you butterfly stitches." And I was like, "Well, then that would have been free." So
Yeah, wait, why didn't you just do that? Just like, damn.
I don't know, but you think an art teacher's supposed to whip out fucking stitches
Yeah, I guess
in
that's
the middle
like
of art
against
class?
protocol.
I don't think
Yeah.
so. So
But yeah, speaking of back to your fitness grind, Tarun or someone here wanted to talk about how you were running up and down Lane Stadium every morning, or so the legend says.
It was not every morning.
Sorry, every other
Definitely
morning.
Not every morning.
Um,
It was every Friday, or not even every Friday. It was like a Friday thing that I would do occasionally.
Yeah. Yeah, Charlie used to tell me about this all the time, but I never went once.
Haran never went.
Yeah.
No,
It was just
I think we had some bet too, and Haran lost, and he was supposed to go, but then he bailed.
that doesn't sound right.
Oh, it sounds like him. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. No, I mean, man, that feels like so long ago. It was just nice to like go into Lane Stadium when it's quiet.
Mm-hmm.
I never really went to football games, but it's a different feel, you know, when you walk
Yeah.
in like on a Friday morning
yeah,
and it's quiet and you just run up and down, and the view is nice
yeah,
on top.
For sure.
that's true.
Yeah, but it's nice for you to run
Yeah.
up once and then just walk back down, not consistently keep running up.
I don't know.
and
There were a
down.
lot of people that did that, man. There were a lot of people that did that
Yeah.
there and at the soccer stadium at Thompson. They would run up. Obviously, the soccer one's probably like a quarter or a fifth, like the height. But yeah, a lot of people did that, especially when like the sun was out. Like the way that Lane Stadium was is that if the sun was out, it would cover like 30% of the stadium, and then it would be probably 10 degrees hotter in the sun because all the bleachers were metal. And if you went over to the shade, it would be 10 degrees cooler. And you could like have to wear a jacket in the shade, and then you have to wear a t-shirt like over where the sun is out. It was some fucking weird I don't know.
My neck got
ecosystem
burned so
going
many
on.
times at Lane Stadium, like during football games, especially like on Saturday afternoons. It was bad.
Yeah, and they also played the games like at noon when the sun was like fucking just sitting right overhead,
Yeah.
destroying you. Yeah.
Oh.
Charlie, did you ever feel like you were in a Nike commercial?
Definitely not like running up and down stadiums.
Yeah.
I wish.
Oh, that's the next thing you can
Not
do
really.
for your photography account. You should get somebody to like you could like Photoshop yourself into like a Nike commercial or like a poster or something.
Ooh, that'd be kind of hard.
Dude, okay, this is kind of embarrassing. But I like sort of know someone. I don't really like know her, but she has like a similar body type to me,
Mhm.
and she applied for this like fitness modeling agency
Mm-hmm.
and like got to shoot shoots with like Lululemon and
Oh,
shit
shit.
like that. And so I
Oh.
applied to the same one. But then they like messaged me back and were like, "We're filled, but like we'll keep you in our I don't know, like files or whatever."
Yeah.
But wouldn't that be so cool? You would
That'd be
get
sick.
free shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Exactly.
you wouldn't actually be like famous, right?
Mhm.
And so people wouldn't like, I don't know,
Bother
creep
you.
on
Yeah.
your
Yeah,
life,
yeah,
but
yeah.
you would just get free stuff and get to do cool photo shoots, get flown out,
Yeah.
and like run in the woods or I don't know, be in a cool studio.
Yeah.
That'd be so cool.
I don't know if people who buy Lululemon are really the woodsy type, but
They do those though, like
Yeah.
I don't know. I've seen a couple of Lululemon commercials where they're like running in the woods and they have
yeah.
those like those cameras that
yeah.
people push.
Yeah.
I don't know. It would be cool.
Are you gonna keep trying, or was that?
Nah. Maybe. I don't know. That one agency seems okay. Like I'm 5'1" and Asian. You know, like there's not a lot of people who would take a 5'1" Asian person. As
we got to redefine the model standards in this country, man.
That's right, man.
That could be an angle.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like maybe
guilt them into hiring you.
Hey,
yeah, we need representation for short people. Yeah, I mean, I'll keep looking on. Maybe I'll check again and
Fair.
see if they have any openings. But
Because I feel like athletic clothing is pretty expensive too, right?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It's so expensive, especially when you start getting into like multiple sports.
Mhm.
Like running is sort of cheap. Like you think it's cheap, right? But if you run a lot, you have to keep replacing your shoes.
Yeah.
And then if you run, like if you get kind of into running, like you have different workout days, right? So when I was training for my marathon, I had like easy run days where you want to wear like more cushiony shoes. So then that's one pair already, like over $100. And then on your speed days, you want to wear like lighter shoes, and people who are actually good at running will buy like their race shoes and will do their like speed workouts in their race shoes. And then you have like midweek long runs or like trail running days. So you have to buy like trail running shoes.
Goddamn.
And then like if you start doing longer runs, then you have to get a running vest
God.
and like get all the like fueling shit.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it adds up. It really creeps up.
Sounds
on
like how
you.
Harsha buys his underwear.
Yeah, I have speed
Harsha,
days
do you
and
have
long
underwears for different for different days.
Yeah, I do.
What is your
depending on what I
underwear
eat
routine?
Depending on what I eat the day before, if it's like I know I need to get a speed underwear takedown before I go to the bathroom. I have a speed underwear. Yeah,
That's it. Just speed and not.
that's all. Just speed.
The sport mode and regular mode.
Oh my god.
That's Harsha's speed day.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I would have just thought, oh, running shoes. But yeah, you're right. If you get deep into it,
No.
there's layers. Oh my god, I never thought about.
Yeah. Yeah. And then with cycling, I don't even have all the cycling stuff. Like, the other day I went to REI and needed to get a few things for cycling and then ended up spending like $350. They like told me how much it was.
God.
And I was like,
This is the same as Stitches?
that's true. I could have gotten so much more running gear or
Yeah.
cycling gear if I didn't get stitches. And I like don't even have like the fancy jackets and the jerseys.
Yeah.
And there's like cycling specific glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just bought a helmet off of a friend. I don't have like the cycling shorts. I have
the biker
cycling
shorts.
shoes. Yeah, the biker shorts.
Yeah.
No one looks good in biker shorts.
It is a weird look.
I
But people, I feel a lot of
refuse.
people
I
like wearing them
refuse.
like as of like the last couple of years. It's like became like a fashion thing, right?
Oh yeah, it's like a thing. Biker shorts.
Yeah.
And like a big t-shirt.
Yeah.
Tie dye.
Yeah, I don't know
With
how I feel about it.
the what do you call it? What do you call those things you put on your waist?
Fanny pack?
Belts.
No, with the fanny pack.
Oh, okay.
Belt. Belt. Wait, a biker short with belt? Oh.
This dude I used to work
Yeah.
with, like at the grocery store, he was like part of a cycling group, and it wasn't like, I don't know if he was like racing or if he was doing it for fun, but like he popped up on my Facebook like recommended friends one time. Man's profile picture in one of those biking, exactly what you're saying, like a biking helmet, biking glasses,
yep.
and man's got a Speedo with a fucking number like taped to the front of it.
Taped to the front of
That
it.
mean he's
Yeah.
racing.
I was like, okay, I'm glad that the picture cuts off at the waist because I don't want to know what happens with the biker shorts.
Yeah, my dad's like fully decked out because he's like a pretty full-fledged biker now. Like the last like
Oh really?
3-4 years, yeah, he's really into it. He spent a lot of money
Damn.
on like biking related stuff though. So
It's so much money.
Ron, does he wear a helmet?
yeah, he does wear a helmet. Yeah.
See,
Does he
yeah.
yell at you for not wearing a helmet?
No, funnily you asked that because like when I like when we got my bike, my mom was like, "Oh, she's like, should we get him a helmet?" And my dad's like, "No, like he's gonna be laughed at if he wears a helmet." Cause like I think like just cause like you like unless I was to bike on the main road, which I've not really done. I've maybe done like once or twice, but like I'm kind of scared to bike on like a main road, cause you never know with cars, right? Like just they might just swerve into you sometimes. But I feel like here in California, there's a lot of bike lanes anyway, so like I'm not too worried about it. But since I'm mainly just biking on campus, I feel like I don't need a helmet. But I mean that accident I got into maybe proves that maybe I should get one. But I'm also gonna be gone soon, so it's fine.
Yeah, but
just gotta make it.
You should get a driving helmet too.
I wear a helmet when I'm driving.
Yeah.
That's why Harsha has his helmet.
Wait, do you have a booster seat when you drive, Charlie? Can you see over there?
Oh, okay, that was our goal.
No, I don't. I do have to sit very close to the steering wheel.
Yeah.
So if an airbag, I think like my face would probably get broken. The airbags, like,
just engulf you.
Yeah. It's probably not safe.
But anyway, you mentioned earlier that you're in Seattle. I know in Seattle there's a lot of nice hiking locations. What are the nice hikes you've been on recently or since you've been there?
Oh, man. I actually haven't done a lot of hiking because I moved here in September, like right at the end of summer.
Oh, so it's not nice.
And so, I couldn't tell you like the hikes out here. I mean, there's like the Olympic Mountains and then Cascades. I think when it starts getting a little nicer, like mid-April or May, I'll do a lot more hiking. But okay, so the thing is, I told you all my friends are from Run Club, right?
Oh, so you're gonna run the mountain.
And so it turns out that it's a lot of the people that I made friends with are like actual runners. They were college athletes.
Oh.
And so I am like way, way, way slower than everyone. And which is like not weird, but I like have always been sort of like the quote unquote like fit one in my friend groups. And like now I've never felt so unfit in my life. Like I cannot keep up with these people ever. And like my motivation for training back then used to be like, okay, I want to like do a race and I want this like milestone or whatever. But now my motivation is literally like, I need to be able to keep up with my friends because I will have FOMO. I will
like,
get
I won't know how to
dropped
get
if I am
home.
not fit.
Yeah, I will get lost.
Exactly, and I don't know how to get home. Exactly. Okay, the other day, actually, they were talking. We have this group chat called Rainier Fan Club. But they were talking about, like, okay, daylight savings is going to happen in 2 weeks, and then, like, we should start doing some trail runs soon. And then, let me pull it up, actually. One guy was like, let's do a light trail run, like, in a couple weeks, and then sent the link. It was 26 miles. That's not light. That's not light. And it's like 4,000 feet of elevation gain, too. It's not just like a 26-mile run. It's like...
Dude, what is that? Like, that's
climb.
like a fucking 3/4 of a mile, like, upwards?
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Oh my god.
This is the type of shit that I need to be able to do by the
I don't think you
summer.
can do this. That sounds
And
psychotic.
I'm not there.
It's pretty psychotic.
Yeah, how's it a light trail
But then
run?
it's not a light trail run. That's what I'm
You
saying.
might get lightheaded from going up so high.
Yeah. Okay. So these people are super outdoorsy too. And like, I just got into skiing. This is sort of my second season. And like, there are people who have gotten a lot better at skiing and have only been skiing as long as I have. But I'm a very like safe, no risk kind of person. You know, I don't like to go super fast and I don't like to go in the trees. Backcountry is really scary to me. But like, do you guys know what touring is?
No.
Ski touring? Okay, so it's when you climb up a mountain, basically, and then you ski down. And when you climb up, it's kind of like hiking, but you're on your skis, you have your skis on, and you put these, like, climbing skins on your skis so that you don't slip down. And for me, it's harder than hiking because you have skis on and you have to, like, it's a different type of motion.
Right.
But these people climbed Mount St. Helens. Let me look up how far it is. They summited a mountain and then skied down one day, right? And then the next day, like, I didn't go with them because I'm not good enough to ski down a whole fucking mountain.
Yeah.
Yet. But I want to get into it next year. And I did like a light tour and it was super fun. But anyway, so they came back after having summited a mountain. They were like, okay, let's do a trail run tomorrow. We're going to go fucking slow. And I was like, okay, I am very down with fucking slow. And it wasn't slow, dude.
That's a clip.
They were like on tired legs. And they were just like chilling, chatting. And I was dying trying to keep up.
Damn, that's kind
Let me
of
look
fucked.
up
Imagine like, so I was just picturing like from your friend's point of view, it's like inviting who you want, not based on like who would want to go. It's like, oh, who do we think can actually get to the top of this mountain and then go skiing down? Like, imagine having to select your friends based on their skill at something. That's so fucked up, man.
That is pretty intense.
Yeah, and when I go skiing with them, they don't wait.
No.
Lucky you got home.
They're going
Actually, I
all
think
French
still
fries
alive.
down the mountain, bro. No pizza.
Wait, Charlie, when we went skiing in Vermont, was that your first time ever skiing before? Or did you ski?
It was like my second time, I want to say. Sarah, one of our friends from high school, who was very good at skiing.
Yeah.
She grew up doing race team, and I wasn't good enough when she took me my first time to really appreciate how good she was because I didn't know what I was doing, right? But she like had taken me once, and then we went skiing in Vermont after that, and it was like 2 or 3 days of skiing.
Yeah.
Haran, this man was literally just standing. He was standing. And then he just flopped.
That happened one time.
I have a video of it.
One time. I was trying to get my balance.
Don't know.
Wait,
So
what do
you're
you mean?
just like,
standing?
were you
I
just
was
sliding
standing.
down the
I was
He wasn't
mountain?
even going downhill. No,
I was
he wasn't
standing,
even
and then
going
I was
downhill. It was flat. It was flat. He was just standing, and then he just fell.
No, I was still moving. I was moving at like a velocity of like 0.0001.
Don't make this
per
a
second.
fucking
It was still moving.
textbook
There was still some
equation,
movement.
bro.
There was still some movement there.
It's because his
Yeah,
ass
I
is
just looked it up.
so fat. It just provides
He weighs him
gravitational
down.
force back down to earth. So it took your skis out from under you.
Oh, dude, it was painful. But yeah, so me and Charlie like went into that weekend like at like the same kind of novice level of skiing, and then Charlie came out that weekend like fucking killing it. By the last day, she was like going on like black slopes and stuff, and I
What?
was just
I
yeah.
don't know about killing it.
You were.
I know. I
You were.
think
Wait,
I went
black?
on one. I went on one black
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
that week. I mean, like, there's
She's like
people
really good at
who-
like contorting her body, like going really super slow down the slope.
Actually, okay, yeah. I would just turn. I would go very,
Charlie would do like full
very
90-degree
slow.
turns.
I literally would go like horizontal. And that's
It was
how
pretty
I
fun to
was able
watch.
to get
It
down.
was fun to watch. I could never do
There
that.
was
I could
a
never get that
video.
low.
I was going super, super slow down, and there was a video someone took of me and just like kept zooming into my face, and the caption was "Speed Demon," and I was like, or, "It's a podcast, so you can't see." Wait,
we saw
Never
it.
But yeah, I'm like learning the techniques now because everyone that I hang out with is also very good at skiing. And so they've been teaching me how to actually ski correctly. And like I learned recently that you're not supposed to turn your body while like you're not supposed to turn your upper body with your lower body. It's called upper body and lower body separation. And
What?
it made the biggest difference. I
Sounds like
was
such a
doing it
philosophy.
wrong for so long. I know, right? Upper body, lower body separation. I was doing it so wrong for so long. And like when it clicked for me, I was like, oh, like this is how it's supposed to feel.
How many
Fucking
sports do you think your
But
friends
yeah.
are going to get you into, bro? They're going to get you, you're going to start throwing up from running. They're going to make you cycle like 3,000 Olympiad fucking miles. I mean, if you're going to do an Ironman, you got to swim too. They're going to make you ski 7 mountain chains. Like, what do you think is going to come after that?
Yeah, what's the limit? Where are you drawing the line for yourself?
I can't. Okay, they also climb, but I refuse to get
Okay,
into climbing.
all right. There's the line.
Because that's more gear to get. Honestly, like
Okay.
that's the deterrent for me. Also, they all have paddle boards, and they were like, okay,
This is
in
a very
couple weeks,
niche
let's
group
go
of people
paddleboarding.
that
And now I have to. Now I have to buy a paddleboard. I don't have the
I can't
money
imagine.
for this, man.
How I would like to ponder here. How big is this group of runners?
Like 12?
Okay,
That's pretty
12 is
14
decent.
people?
But imagine a dozen fucking people all carrying a paddleboard while running to go ski. That just makes no sense.
That's the type of shit they would do, though. These people are crazy, actually. Like, I have never met people who have this much energy in my life. Like, I feel like a piece of shit. Like an unfit piece of shit in this group.
So maybe you gotta go find a different friend group, man. Just like
Yeah, just find some lazy ass friend group so you could just be
so
like
you
the
feel better,
fucking
right?
the macho one. Like no matter what.
So I can like feel somewhat good about
Or
myself.
just
Yeah,
have
yeah.
2 friend groups.
My eye has been twitching for the past like 2 weeks because I've just been so tired. I'm like in a constant state of exhaustion.
So
I'm not kidding you. Okay, so February. So Sarah came to visit in February and we went skiing. And then the next weekend, or not even the next weekend, it was like 2 days after she left, we went to Whistler, which is in Canada.
Mhm.
And like, they don't take work off. They just go after work, get there super late, like midnight, and then wake up at 6 a.m. the next day to go ski the entire day. And then we'll drink after skiing and then not get that much sleep and then go skiing the entire day again. And so we did that for the weekend and we come back and I had like a really busy week at work too. And mind you, like the whole week in the middle of these weekend adventures, they're like running and doing all this stuff too on top. And then I went to Colorado for a whole week and it was the same shit. And then came back and I've been trying to recover since. Like I'm so tired and like no matter how much I sleep, I feel like I'm just
I think you know how like
my eye is still twitching.
recovering alcoholics go to like AA. I think you need to go to like Running Anonymous or something. You need an intervention of some sort.
Yeah, I came back and went back to Run Club on Monday and my legs just couldn't do it. Like, I was going so slow and I was like,
Are you sure your friends are human? Like,
Yeah, just not
Dude,
cyborgs.
she's
I don't know,
is she
man.
hanging out with like SEAL Team 6, bro? Like, what the fuck is this? They're literally super. It's like Master Chief. Like, what the fuck? They're doing anything. They're doing
and they're
everything.
so fast. I don't get it.
bro, are they
I
like
don't
our
get it.
age?
Yeah, pretty much. Like 22 to 27
Okay,
ish.
dude, if they're still doing
Yeah,
this,
if you said there was a 40-year-old in that group, I would have called bullshit. There ain't no way a 40-year-old or a 35.
dude, if they're still at this level in like what,
few
like 5 years,
Yeah.
They will.
Crazy.
They will
Look.
be. They'll probably be better.
that's ridiculous.
I know, it's crazy. I never thought I would be like in a friend group where everyone is so fit.
Yeah.
Like, but I guess that's kind of the Seattle vibe. I don't know. Or maybe I'm just like
I think you found like the extreme.
I've just-
the extreme.
Yeah, you found. Yeah.
But like, also if you think about it, like, consider the level they are, like fitness wise. Like, what does it take to be an Olympian then? Like, what the fuck is
Yeah.
this?
right.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, like these people ran in college or whatever, but like some people did D3 and then stopped running
Yeah.
after college, or like there's a soccer player. There's a girl who played soccer in college and is now running and is like faster than everyone.
Well, that's because all she ever fucking did in soccer was run.
Bro, well,
That's true, like sprint. So there's a half marathon that everyone is doing this weekend that I'm
Oh, fun
not doing
hangout.
because yeah, that's actually their idea of a fun hangout. But I don't
They're
know
gonna sweep the
if you guys
awards
have a
too.
gauge.
They're gonna like all finish like top 12.
They're gonna be the
Oh,
first
for
12.
sure.
Yeah, the first 12 people across the line.
Yeah, the girl who was a soccer player is going for an hour 30 half marathon, and it's going to be her very first marathon. An hour 30 half marathon is like a 6:50 pace per mile.
Ayo.
But
Nah, she needs,
And she's never done.
Do you have
she's never
like?
done that
Do you
distance.
have
before.
FDA testing like out there or some shit, bro? We need some. We need to get some.
Maybe all these people are doping.
Yeah. And you know what? That's the reality
don't
you
know
need to
how they
accept,
have
so you
this
feel
much
better
energy.
about not being as fast as them. They're all just juicing. That's it. That's
Yeah,
the,
meanwhile,
that's
you
the
spending
answer.
$300 at REI, they're spending $300 on
Yeah,
on
to the back alley behind fucking Dick's Sporting Goods.
So this is another reason I'm like regretting signing up for this half Ironman, right? Because I only have one friend that also cycles, and she was the one that convinced me to sign up for it. She
Right.
did it last year, but her cousin is getting married or something that weekend.
No,
so
that's
she's
a-
backing
that's a
out
lie.
of it.
It's a
And
lie.
now I'm the only one I know that's going to be training for this. But like these people, all my other friends are going to want to do like long hikes or long, they call these trail runs bops. I have no idea why.
Yo,
Let's bop on over to the top of the mountain.
this sounds like cult culture.
It is the opposite of chill. But I guess it's like chill for them to run 26 miles on a weekend. But I'm gonna want to do that right this summer. But I'm gonna have to cycle on the side somehow, right? So I'm gonna have to like find, I don't know, maybe like midweek time to do my cycling training so that I can like hang out with my friends on the weekends, or else I would just be cycling alone on weekends,
Yeah. Yeah.
or I'll just back out.
I feel
of
you
the
should
half
back
Ironman.
out.
Stay tuned.
It's crazy.
Convince them to cycle.
It was $400 to sign up.
Oh.
That's the only reason I haven't backed out yet.
Oh, more than stitches.
It was more than stitches.
That's 4
More than
stitches.
my random REI run. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so that's how my fitness journey has been going. I'm just like in a constant state of exhaustion trying to keep up with people.
Talking about how you have to get your cycling fitness in during the week so you can go hang out with your friends on the weekend who just want to do cycle fitness. Like insane.
No, they run. They don't cycle.
No, psycho.
They just
Like
run.
psycho.
Oh, psycho. True.
Maybe you just put your at-home cycle in front of your work desk, and then just always cycle all throughout work, 8 hours, no break, every day.
Yeah, you somehow like rig it up so that it powers like your computer, so you can't do work unless you're cycling.
Great idea. Haran, you're the mechanical engineer.
I was gonna
Build
set
me
it
this
up.
rig.
You're gonna be so stressed, man. Oh, her eye will never close. She'll just be eyes open.
Sleep with one eye open,
My eye
but
will
not
never
on
stop
purpose.
twitching.
Yeah.
Dude, I really hope my eye stops twitching soon because it's really like affecting my quality of life too.
I used to have that happen, but I bought I thought it was from spending so much time in front of the like screens and stuff, and so I bought blue light glasses, which did help it,
Did it help?
because in my
Oh.
environment, like especially when I do a lot of my work at night, it's a pretty dark environment and the screen's really bright, and so I thought, you know, maybe if I get blue light glasses, it'll help curb that kind of thing. But it was also from like fatigue, so yeah, take a nap.
Maybe I should get blue light glasses.
Christian, why don't you just turn on your lights, bruh?
Because then everything's bright.
That's true. It's so dark in there.
Yeah.
You're not even talking about the room. It's in your mind, bro. It's so dark in
Whoa,
there.
whoa, whoa, whoa. I think we need to take an ad. We'll be right back.
All right, guys, welcome back. Like I mentioned earlier in the episode, or Charlie mentioned. Oh my God, she works at Microsoft. And I know you didn't want to talk too much about it, but there was some commercial that you're part of that I did see on Facebook when it came out, and it was,
Oh,
it was
like
pretty,
an ad?
like an ad, yeah.
Okay, go
Oh,
on.
funny enough, we just had. You want to take another ad break?
No.
So yeah, you want to tell us about what you've done at Microsoft, or like what the commercial was about?
Yeah, sure. So I was I still am on the Windows team at Microsoft, and we were working on Windows 11, which was released back in October. I was the product manager for Windows 11 widgets. So like, I think you guys are familiar
Yeah.
with widgets on
Yeah.
your phone. So we just brought that onto the desktop or your computer. And when it released, they did this whole like inside Windows 11 campaign,
Mm-hmm.
and widgets was like one of the 4 main features for Windows 11. And so they had me be on this like commercial for
Wow.
widgets. And it was me, and then there's 2 product managers. It was me and the other product manager, and then the designers. So none of the people who actually did the actual work.
Why would they deserve any credit?
Damn.
That's the best part about being a PM is you like get to present on the stuff, like take credit for all the hard work. Anyway, it was super cool. Like they hired a whole team, and they booked out this whole studio, and I was the first person to like get recorded, and so they were kind of like still setting up their stuff when I got there. And I'm sort of interested in videography and photography, and so obviously it was really cool for me to like see people who do this for a living.
Yeah.
I was actually just like following the photographer around. It's like asking him about his gear, and he was showing me like the editing software he was using, and apparently he doesn't like Lightroom. I don't remember why, but he was showing me this other software. I don't even remember what it was, but I was just like following him around for a bit. But they had like a makeup artist for me and a stylist, and like the director had to approve of my outfit before I went on camera, and like yeah, it was super crazy. And I like sat down in the chair, and the makeup artist would like come in and like fix my hair between takes and stuff like that.
Damn.
And there were like 4 different cameras on me, and like all these lights, and like it's super nerve-wracking to sit and everyone's like staring at you with all these cameras. But like it was so cool to see the behind the scenes of how they make these videos. Like there's so many different roles that you don't really think about, like, and so many different things that you do post or pre and post, like filming. Like you guys did the clapping thing, but they like have to take the sound of the room, and everyone needs to be quiet, and they like regulate the lighting so that throughout the day they get the same type of lighting when they're filming. And like there's I didn't know that there's such job as a focus puller. So this dude literally would turn a knob and like make sure that the subject is in focus, and that was his entire job that day.
Hey man, I don't want to shit on it, but hey, yo, that's so easy.
You think I don't know, maybe there's some complexity, I don't know, but like you have to be, I think if money didn't matter, I would want to do something in like videography, photography. It's so cool. Like everyone, it's a tight-knit community in Seattle, I think, because it's not like LA or I don't know, New York.
Right.
So a lot of people who do this for a living, like do jobs, are freelancers for Amazon, Microsoft, and they're like sort of in the tech world. So it was kind of cool to like talk to them. I definitely overstayed my welcome. Like I was done filming. They only filmed me for like 3 hours, but I stayed like the entire day, and I just like followed people around, and like I had lunch with them. They were like, join us for lunch. And I was like interviewing these people basically. And like they literally were like, we've never had like
such interest.
The talent interview us before. But they like would, I don't know. There was this one guy who was talking about how I don't remember what his major was in college, but he did it because his parents wanted him to have like a quote unquote real degree. But then like after he graduated, I don't know, I feel like the typical artist story. But he was talking about, it was actually the focus puller. He was talking about how he had to live in his parents' basement until he was 28 to make it as like
focus puller.
An artist.
Oh.
I'm sure that was just a random job that he took on the weekend. I think he's like working on a movie. I don't know.
Oh,
but,
okay, yeah,
like,
I'll get fucked in.
I don't have
cool.
the drive to do that.
Yeah.
Like I can't imagine being so passionate about something that I would be okay living in my parents' basement until I'm 28 till I can make it.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But yeah, that was a super cool experience. I don't think that's ever gonna, or not ever, but I don't think like anything like that will happen again because like Windows 11 was such a big release. So I definitely joined the company at the right time and got like perks that I didn't deserve. And
Hey, don't sell yourself short.
now,
Wait, actually, speaking of Windows 11, should I get it? Because I still haven't updated my computer yet. I'm still on Windows 10.
I don't think this is the kind of
I
conversation.
think it's pretty
we should be
stable now.
having right That's not really. It's not really about you. But okay.
She's like, no, the widgets don't work at all.
You can get it and tell me what you think of widgets.
Okay.
I'm actually not on the widgets team anymore. But so if anything goes wrong, it's not my fault. That's what I'm saying.
So when they were recording you, did you have to prepare like what you're gonna say beforehand, or did they have to prove what you're gonna say, or how did that work?
So they had a loose script,
Mhm.
and I definitely should have prepared before I went in, and I didn't really think about what I was going to say. Same
Much
with
like this podcast, yeah.
Like, I definitely
No,
yeah, definitely should have
every word
prepared
we
coming
say
in.
is scripted. I promise. We do so much work.
Yeah, they had a loose script, and they kind of like told us what we were going to be talking about. I mean, like obviously you just talk about the product and what went into the process and stuff like that. But they went super off script. Like it was just a conversation. And like if you actually watch the video, I'm in it for maybe 10 seconds total.
3 hours for 10 seconds.
And they interviewed me for like 2 hours. It was like a 2-hour thing, and I was in like 10 seconds of it. But they were just asking random questions, and like bless whoever went through all the freaking footage, because like there's so many people they interviewed, and if every single person got a 2-hour interview, I don't know how has someone had the time to go through
the
all
director's
that shit.
cut commercial where it's just like a
Yeah.
9-hour long commercial.
That's just a documentary.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that would be so cool though. Maybe like if I make enough money, I'll retire and then try to make it as a videographer.
I mean, the next commercial will be when you get the next athletic brand deal, you know?
Yeah.
It's coming. It's going to come soon.
True. I'll be on the other side.
Honestly, maybe you could just get Lululemon to sponsor this fucking group of crazy athletes. that you're
Honestly.
Yeah.
Wait, you should
They
document
really
them.
should.
You should document them and send
Yeah,
them.
dude, and that way you could say like I'm not running slow. I'm just like staying behind to like capture good cinematic,
good
you know.
True.
Yeah.
True. I'll rebrand myself.
Yeah.
You see like Charlie taking a video and then like they get too far and they're like, wait, come back.
Yeah.
My lens doesn't zoom far enough.
I need the focus pull.
Guys, wait up. True. That's a great idea.
Speaking of more promotion, I know your family owns quite a few Thai restaurants, but they have a new restaurant in Maryland, right?
Yes. My sister and my mom just opened up a new Thai restaurant in Rockville, Maryland. It's pretty close to DC, right?
Yeah, like
Don't know.
like 15,
Terrible
20
directions.
minutes, I'll say.
20 minutes? Okay, yeah.
Pretty close.
And it's Thai Chef. It's also the same name as the one that's in DC. But it's a different theme. So Thai Chef is like street food theme. And then this one is like a night market theme, I think.
Very nice.
Probably should have verified that before being on this podcast. But it's really cool. They put a lot of work into the decorations, and like this time. So when my family got the restaurant in DC, I had no part in this. They didn't have like as much funds as they did for this,
Right.
and so like they really went all out for this
Yeah, the
restaurant.
decorations look insane.
And-
Well, the pictures I've seen at least.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten to be in.
Yeah, like they worked with like some famous designer from Thailand, and really put like my sister's and my mom's personality into the decorations. And I honestly like got emotional when I walked in for the first time. Like I could really see like this is the product of my mom and my sister.
Mhm.
It's
And
a
so I'm
culmination over
so
the years.
proud of them.
That's dope.
Yeah. Dang.
Yeah, and the food is good too. But they worked so hard for like more than a year. It's crazy. Like I was home for 2 weeks, and I was just following my sister around, and like I was tired. I wasn't working. I was just like following her around, and she has like 14-hour days. Like works nonstop,
Jesus.
14-hour days, 7 days a week, just like trying to get this restaurant up and
Right.
running. And I was there for opening week, and like they did a lot better than they expected, which was really, really cool to see. And I felt very useless because I was just standing there, not really helping because I didn't know what to do. But it's crazy how hard they work.
Yeah.
And so I'm really, really proud of them. So if you're in the DMV area, check out Thai Chef.
I actually saw like a TJ, like upperclassman I knew, like posted Thai Chef on like the store, the DC one at least, and I was like, well, I saw like the first picture. They posted a picture, and I was like, oh my god, like why do I know this? I've only been to Thai Chef in DC once with Charlie, and but then I was
It
like,
was,
oh my god,
it
it's
was when
actually
we
Thai
had
Chef.
folliculitis.
Yeah, we did have folliculitis. Oh god.
I
I guess
told
I
that
didn't
story
really,
so
I didn't
many
really have
times.
it. You had it pretty bad.
Oh yeah,
We can
Yeah,
share. We can
that's
share
true.
it on the
Haran was
podcast.
the-
You want to share?
was
it on
the
the podcast?
only person.
You want to share it?
Sure. Haran was the only person who was immune from folliculitis.
Yeah.
Okay, so in this Vermont ski trip that I took with Haran, where Haran just fell over standing.
Yeah.
Okay, why
Oh,
are you
you
gonna put
guys know
that
the
part back
story?
in? That was-
No. I think it's an integral part of the story.
Shut up.
There was a hot tub. We rented this super nice Airbnb. It was awesome. There was a hot tub that was meant for maybe 4 people,
Yeah.
and there were 7 of us, and we all got in,
Yeah.
you know,
As you would.
naturally.
Yeah.
And so the water got displaced, right?
Mhm.
And
And it's like
when
four,
we got
like
out,
4
the
nights in
water
a
was
row, right?
below. It was a decent amount of time.
Yeah.
We got in that hot tub many times. But the water was below the filter line.
Oh.
Which you weren't aware
when
of.
we got
we
out.
did not know that. We did not know that.
We didn't know. We
Yeah.
didn't know.
Yikes.
But we definitely smelled something fishy the next time we got in the hot tub.
Yeah.
But no one said anything. I think someone said, "Oh, like this doesn't smell good," or like the bottom feels kind of slimy.
Slimy, yeah.
Damn, Haran, what'd you do?
No one got out. And we just kept getting in this hot tub every night.
Yeah.
And then the last night we were supposed to leave and have this 7-hour drive back. I didn't drive.
I did.
But
You
Shut up.
yes.
No, that's not the important part of the
Haran
story.
drove. I woke up and I was like sore everywhere. And I was like, maybe this is skiing. But it was like on my skin. And I like went to the bathroom and I just had sores all over my body.
Oh my god.
Like everywhere. And it's like it hurts when you touch it too. And the worst I got it was on my armpits because
Oh.
I have it's called hot tub folliculitis. I didn't know this until later.
Oh, I thought you were
But I
making
looked
that
it up.
word up.
And no, it's a real thing. It's like this bacteria that grows in warm water, and so it thrives in hot tubs. And it gets into your hair follicles and infects your hair follicles. And I have my armpit hairs removed, like laser removed.
Mhm.
And so if you have like a lot of hair, then the hair kind of acts like a shield. And so the virus can't get in, right? So I have no hairs in any of my hair follicles on my armpits. So it was like a breeding ground for this fucking bacteria. And so I had it the worst in my armpits, and I like couldn't even put my arms by my sides. Like it just
Oh.
hurt to move. And whenever I would sweat, it would like sting. It was the worst. Okay, so I walked downstairs and I was like, guys, does anyone else have like these sores on their bodies? Like I looked it up. It's called hot tub folliculitis. It's because we like didn't clean the hot tub, or the hot tub was like not clean. And no one had it. Everyone was like, no, we're fine. But then as the drive went on, the 7-hour car ride, like people started to realize that they had it. I think it was Drew first who like felt like he had it on his nipple or something. And then by the end of the day, we like show up at Thai Chef. We all went to Thai Chef afterwards. we all show up and we're all super groggy and like walking weird. And my sister's like, "What's wrong with you guys?" And we're like, we all have hot tub folliculitis.
I guess it's a good thing
The
I did
worst.
drive because
But-
I think I was the only one that was unaffected by this folliculitis. They've been pretty uncomfortable
Yeah.
driving if it was.
Do you ever play the game like Pandemic or whatever, where you like pretty much you try to start a pandemic? I know it's not really kind of funny now.
That's fucked up, man.
Yeah. After
Wait, what's the
this
game?
last-
What's the game?
It's just called like Pandemic Creator. Basically, you start a disease in like a country. You're basically your goal is to like take over the entire world. That kind of thing. What I had an imagery in my head because like on the game you can see like a world map and you can see it like spread over like one country to another. And so I was thinking about like your car just like reaching one person after another, and then you were just like safe in the driver's seat.
Yeah, Haran never had it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Ron,
how.
you're the only brown person on that trip, right?
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy, bro. That basically, I guess. Wait, does that
He
mean
was
the bacteria
protected.
is like racist, except to white people?
But Charlie's
I
not
mean,
I'm
white.
not
Haran's
white.
super hairy.
I'm not white.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I
I'm
had
pretty,
the
I think I'm
worst.
pretty hairy compared to
Yeah.
the other.
I think
other
Haran
guys.
is hairy, so he was protected.
Yeah.
Hairist.
Yeah, imagine if Kanal was there, he would have been impermeable.
If Kanal was there, he would have soaked up all the water from the hot tub.
Damn. Dude, I also didn't want to take antibiotics. That's like one of the remedies.
Uh-huh.
And so I looked up home remedies and it was apple cider vinegar. So you're supposed to like rub apple cider vinegar on the sores.
Ah.
And so for 2 straight weeks, I smelled like apple cider vinegar. And anytime I smell apple cider vinegar now, I just think of hot tub
Oh my
folliculitis. I get PTSD. And I actually haven't been in a hot tub since until I went on this Colorado trip because there was a hot tub there. And like I told everyone this story. And there's a guy in the group named Nick Foley. And so now everyone calls it folliculitis.
That's so
Okay.
unfortunate for him, bro. He didn't even do anything.
He wasn't even part of it. He just got
Did you guys have any like Olympic games in the hot tub or anything? Like, did you have to go like deep sea diving when you went to the hot tub, or like you have to hold your breath for 2
Yeah,
hours?
actually. No, surprisingly, we just all sat in the hot tub.
No,
with
we
normal
would
people.
like get out of the hot tub just to like, go sit in the ice and go back in the hot tub because like that burning sensation.
Yeah, you
when get back in the
recently
hot tub.
told everybody about that. That I'm okay with. You were talking about how when your like hands were like frozen, you couldn't feel them, and you went to run them under hot water. That's psychopath behavior.
Oh, I love that. I love
No,
that feeling so
no.
much.
You like that feeling?
What?
It feels
That's-
so terrible.
No.
It
Yeah.
feels
Wait.
so
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
No, it
Yeah?
feels so good. 'cause
hurts.
You're like
Nah.
slowly getting like senses back to your finger, and it's like, oh yeah, but then you realize it's hot. Then you turn it
That's
off.
psychotic.
But like for those 5 seconds when like you're getting that sensation back in your finger, like it feels really good. I don't
That's
know
like
how to
when your
describe
like
No.
arm falls asleep or something, and then you're like, "What the fuck is this? I don't know how to deal with my body." And then
it. Just fall down.
yeah, it falls out.
That's more psychotic than running 26
No,
miles
it's
up a
not.
mountain.
That's not the
Yeah, I don't know if I go that far, but
Yeah, besides running though, like what is like the other lifestyle you have in Seattle? Is it like a lot of it just fitness? Like I guess your friend group is very fitness oriented, but like do you do other stuff on the weekends?
does it sound like she has the energy?
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
No, wait, actually,
I have no energy.
what do you eat? Like, I'm sure you must be eating
Do you have time
very
to
well,
eat?
right?
Okay, I got super into cooking during the pandemic, right? I would spend like the entire Sunday doing my meal prep.
You
and,
did that
like,
in college,
making
too.
All these. Yeah, I did. I didn't put as much effort into
Hmm.
cooking in college. I was always into cooking,
Yeah,
and I would like enjoy making good meals.
right.
Christian, you're a chef too.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. we
Hey,
could say
I'm getting
that.
there too. I'm getting there too.
God.
I
Yeah,
did
Haran's
this
a
past
chef.
Sunday.
Really?
Yeah, I did.
Haran didn't know how to cut an onion. I taught Haran how to cut an onion.
Look how far I've come.
Charlie, do you know the
last,
Apple
2
store?
years. Oh,
No,
that was a
what's
pretty.
the Apple
That's a
story?
bad.
It's a
So
very
basically-
short
that's-
story. Basically,
Very short.
Haran cut himself while cutting an apple.
Dude, it was
Did you
like
cut
there's a
your
whole
finger
setup
off?
to it. Like it was
How
such.
bad
I
was the
was
cut?
having such a good day. You know, like I like really well. Like I was doing really well on my homework. I was like making a lot of progress. I was like, I'm gonna just come back to my apartment, and, like have an apple, and then like get back on it.
Who the fuck is like, I'm having a great day, I'm gonna go have an apple?
And that's when mistakes were made. I was trying to like carve out the core, and for some reason I don't know why. And then the knife like slipped and I cut myself, and I was bleeding for like 40 minutes.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. But I don't think it was that deep of a cut. I don't know what's going on.
It wasn't.
Is it fine? Do you have feeling?
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's not that. I don't know why I was bleeding for that long, but
Okay.
it was traumatic at the time. After that, I was like, I'm not gonna have Apple ever again. And then my mom bought me an Apple cutter. So I had.
All right, so I'm
Great.
sure your tales of the kitchen are much more nuanced than cutting yourself on an apple.
Oh, I mean, I just got really into cooking during the pandemic, and then when I moved here, I just I don't have the time to put into cooking anymore.
Yeah.
So I've just been eating super simple shit. Like I've just been eating the same thing every day, basically, like oats in the morning, avocado toast for lunch, and then some type of stir fry and rice for dinner. And it's so boring, but like
It's easy to like switch things up, like in a stir fry or
That's
people
true.
make tons.
you could
I've
do,
seen
like,
people
noodles.
make tons of different kinds of overnight oats before.
Yeah. I still watch the YouTubers. I used to like make a bunch of recipes from YouTubers.
Yeah.
And now I just watch them and don't make any of those.
That's how I feel now. I started getting into watching like cooking like YouTube channels and stuff, and this guy was like, all right, so what you need to do is you need to get this dehydrator that costs $800. You need to put your garlic in it for 3 months. And I was like, okay, I think I'm gonna watch somebody else.
Is this Joshua
Yeah,
Weissman?
yeah.
Josh, I love him.
I do too,
love
but some
him.
of his shit is
He has
so
a
bougie.
fermentation-
What, like
Yeah.
a 3-month plan ahead for your
fermentation
meal?
No. It's to make black garlic, which is like this like different type of garlic, but you have to let it either sit in a rice cooker for 3 weeks or leave it in a dehydrator for 3 weeks.
Oh my god.
I don't
Oh
know.
my God.
I mean, like black garlic looks cool. It's supposed to be like a little sweet, like great. I'm not trying to sit there and put 5 bulbs of garlic for 3 weeks. Like imagine your electricity
You can
bill.
also just buy it.
Yeah.
You can buy it from the grocery store. No, I love Joshua Weissman though.
Yeah, no,
He's
me
so
too.
funny.
I binged
He's like our age.
yeah, that's the crazy part too. He worked like in sushi
Yeah.
restaurants, I think, or Asian restaurants or something. Like, yeah, I saw him on TikTok, so like that's how I first started watching him, because
Interesting.
there was like a niche like cooking part of TikTok where
Wait, Christian, if you grow out your hair, you kind of look like.
nah, he has light hair.
Mans looks
Yeah,
about
I think-
34 though. I'm not gonna lie.
He does
Yeah,
look pretty
he
old.
looks older.
He also lost like 100 pounds.
Damn.
Yeah,
Oh shit, bro. That's hype.
Yeah.
yeah. But I see
for
him
him.
like making stuff, and I'm like, oh, that looks nice. And then and he's like, yeah, you have to let this sit either 2 hours or overnight. I was like, oh, okay, well, maybe not.
Yeah, not doing that. Yeah.
You guys ever watch MasterChef?
I watched his
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I wanted to get into making bread.
Mm-hmm.
And then I watched his tutorial
Yeah.
on making sourdough, and I was like,
I'm not cut for this.
can't do this. Anyway, MasterChef. I haven't seen MasterChef.
I have. I saw
you
the
guys watch
first like
MasterChef?
3 seasons of it. Because it started like a long time ago, like
Yeah.
2010, 11. 20.
The reason I brought it up is because there was like the only way to describe it is he's like the fatter judge.
Yeah.
Like there's Gordon Ramsay, there's the dickhead
Joe.
bald guy,
Yeah, the Italian.
and then
yeah.
I forget the fat guy.
Graham?
Graham. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So like I remember seeing like MasterChef in the beginning, like the first like maybe 4 or 5 seasons or something, and he was like always like around that weight, which is completely fine. And then like the next season, I saw him like completely like slim down. Must have lost like I don't know 150 pounds, 200 maybe.
200.
Okay, maybe not 200. Like I don't know. I don't know. It was just like really significant. Where it's like, wow, like good on that guy.
Man's lost a ton.
And so then I was like, wow, like shout out to him for like he probably starts eating better and like working out, all this stuff. I found out recently on TikTok, man's just got liposuction in the middle of the 2 seasons.
Oh,
What a
my
fraud.
God.
What a fraud.
Did he gain the weight back?
No, I think he's still like around there, which is good.
Oh,
That means he's
okay.
like he's
maintained.
like
Wow.
yeah, he's being like healthy. I guess he just got a head start, but I was just like, I was just like so funny.
Yeah, he was like super. I fucking hated Joe so much in that show. He was such a dick. I always thought like going to the watch when I first watched that show, I was like, oh, Gordon Ramsay's gonna be like the dickhead. And Gordon Ramsay was so nice compared to this Italian guy. The Italian guy, like he didn't even like he wouldn't even like critique the cooking. He'd just be like, he just looks at it, he's like, nah. And he just walks away. Doesn't even eat it. Just looks at the plate like, nah, dude, I'm not touching that.
Damn.
Harsha, you've been absent for a lot of this conversation, so I'm gonna give you the spotlight here for a minute. You and your fiance recently made like a home cooked meal together, like this past weekend or something, and so I want you to detail step by step
Looking to the side,
what happened.
Remember what he made?
I want you to walk us through the whole process, step by step.
Give us a recipe, fam.
Yeah, I don't fucking remember, but
It's been like 4 days.
but I know what we made. I just don't know the step by step. We made.
Give me the general. Like, don't give me like the measurements of everything.
Speaking of general, we made General Tso's chicken
Nice.
with noodles and like vegetables in there.
Do you know what kind of noodles and vegetables?
We got like lo mein noodles. Yeah, lo mein.
Okay.
Yeah. So you got to make the sauce for these things.
Yeah. What's the sauce like?
Wait, what's the sauce like?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got soy sauce, hoisin sauce.
Ooh, okay.
Some rice vinegar, some chili paste to make it a little spicy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then added more stuff to make it more spicy. Then it ended up becoming too spicy, but it's pretty good still.
Wait, did you bread the chicken?
Huh? Yeah, we put we marinated chicken and put it in cornstarch, I think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Does that sound right? Yeah. Did that. And then we didn't deep fry the chicken. We put it in the air fryer.
Okay, respect.
A little nicer. I didn't want to risk dumping oil down the sink again. And yeah, the cutting the vegetables, I did a little bit, but her mom just ended up doing it, so it was kind of nice. There's a lot of vegetables involved, so that would have taken me a long time. Off. No, I didn't cut my finger yet.
Wow.
Yeah, that's all the steps.
I feel like that's pretty.
Imagine someone listening to the podcast was like, "Oh shit, a recipe! I can't wait to write it down."
Some sauce, noodles, and vegetables.
That wasn't that bad though.
That was
a bunch of the ingredients.
Yeah.
Good job.
All right, next time I will ask you for measurements, so be prepared.
Next time I see you, better make it for me. Actually, that's what I'm bullying.
I will. Just be prepared to eat like the next day or like 2 days after. I have to do the whole thing myself. Oh, and then she had some leftover cookie dough, and we made some cookies.
Nice. Good meal.
By making the
you
cookies,
didn't make the dough.
Dough was already made because I already got the cookies before. She just had leftover cookie dough. Yeah. And we put it in the ball. She did all of it. I just ate it.
That was going to be my question. Usually I ask this question in a rude way, but I'm genuinely curious. How much did you do?
I think it's not like I did something and she did something. It's like a team effort, I would say.
That sounds like somebody who was not helpful. Who was.
I did some of the cutting of the vegetables.
Okay,
and then I
let her mom
make
took over
the sauce.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Her mom took over. Yep. And then.
So she had to bring somebody off the bench to replace your role.
I think her mom was getting hungry, maybe. And then, I made the noodles because that's pretty easy. And
has she ever voiced displeasure that you don't take enough initiative in the kitchen, or is it it's fine?
Not directly to me, but
okay, then I guess
it's kind of
fine.
We were cooking with her mom, and then her mom was like, Amrita, don't you should just be a little patient with him, don't make him do too much in the kitchen when you guys live together. And she was like, no, he has to practice. And then she was like, no, he can just do other stuff outside of cooking and stuff. And I was like, yeah, that's a good idea.
Your mom was watching you cook. He's not
This is a long-term project right here.
And then, cooking the vegetables on the pan. I did some of that as well. Or I did that.
Very nice.
Nice. Growth.
Team effort for sure.
Okay, stop saying it like that. It makes it sound like you're just trying to latch on.
Somebody had to wash the dishes.
Hey,
Somebody
that's
did.
important. That's important. That's important.
But yeah, that
Alright,
shit
guys.
took way too long. Cooking sucks.
Great way to end it.
Oh yeah, I gotta make this quick because Charlie's gonna kill me because she looks very hangry right now.
I'm angry.
But we'd like to thank Charlie for coming on the podcast. It was fun catching up with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we'll leave links to her Instagram account with Charlie Alert Photo, Charlie Alert Fit, Charlie Alert,
And Charlie Alert.
and,
Thai
I
Chef
guess-
DC, Thai
Thai
Chef
Chef DC.
MD, Thai Chef DA.
Yes.
Is there anything
All
else
the
you'd like to
links.
plug or say to the general public?
No, that's it.
Okay.
Don't follow my stuff yet. Wait till the summer.
Okay.
Honestly, by the time this episode comes out, it'll be pretty close to summer. At least it'll feel like that. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this episode, we have all of our podcasts on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts from. We definitely want to thank Charlie again for hopping on this week. If you like what you heard, like what Haran said, I'm gonna leave all of her socials on our Instagram, and her @ will be in the title of this episode. And yeah, that's gonna wrap us up, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
everyone.
Bye.